After weeks of relentless reveals, the onslaught of LEGO set leaks has notably decreased. Still, a number of new rumours have surfaced, thanks to leakers Carter Bricks and Unibricks, who have been shedding some light on several upcoming releases across multiple product lines. So before we get onto the main leaks and news, we'll start with this. That audio clip you just heard, that's the LEGO Smart Brick in action. Specifically, the Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker smart minifigures having what I can loosely describe as a conversation. Between the limited release strategy, the inflated price tags, and now the audio quality, it's becoming increasingly difficult to make a case for the Smart Brick concept. Building on the previously reported details, the Marvel Advent Calendar has received some additional details, joining the already rumoured figures of Ghost Rider, a Christmas-themed Wolverine and Doctor Doom are comic-accurate versions of Spider-Man and Captain America. And as an added bonus, Doctor Doom's minifigure has been described in detail as having dark green armour, a dark green rubber cape, a dark grey head, and the torso of this minifigure has gold chain detailing across the top of the chest and a large brown belt with additional detailing on the bottom half of the torso. Given that all the other minifigures in this set draw from the comic book source material, it's possible that this represents the comic book version of Doom rather than the MCU version, although until we see images of this minifigure, we won't know for certain. A few days ago, a post surfaced on Reddit claiming to list all of the upcoming minifigures featured in the LEGO Ninjago magazine. My first instinct was to dismiss it, no verified source and it's Reddit, so take that for what it's worth. But then an image dropped from Bricky News, making me think twice. We're now 2 for 2, the list correctly predicted both Dragon J and Dragon Lloyd. So either this is a very lucky guess, or someone out there actually knows what they're talking about. The list runs all the way through to November, suggesting that every new dragon form will eventually make its way to the magazines. For fans, that's generally good news, because it means you won't have to shell out for full sets, or hunt down individual figures on Bricklink at wildly inflated prices. I'll be watching this one closely over the next coming month and see if it keeps holding up. On a different note, we're also getting our first look at 2 upcoming LEGO F1 helmet sets. The Ferrari Charles Leclerc helmet and the Ferrari Lewis Hamilton helmet. These are both penciled in for a May release, and surprise surprise, they both look like racing helmets. But the interesting wrinkle here is both of these sets come with a minifigure, which naturally raises the question, why don't the Star Wars helmets get the same treatment? They sit at roughly the same price point, so the omission here is a little hard to explain. We have information on 3 LEGO City sets. Set 60511, titled Retro Steam Train, will be priced at $90 and is expected to offer a slightly scaled down take on previous Steam Train designs, like this one, but, smaller. And set 60494, Dumper Truck and Front Loader, a 1,132 piece set priced at $120. The set will apparently include 2 separate vehicles alongside a small office building. And then we have set 60480, Yellow Backhoe Loader, 301 piece set for $30, and this set will feature 2 minifigures. We have several upcoming creator sets on the horizon. The new LEGO pirate ship is reportedly going to closely mirror its predecessor, and the new Ferris wheel will feature a blue, red and white colour scheme. The Lion creator set will apparently draw heavily from the design of the LEGO creator Tiger set, and the floral art set will have a small easel, allowing users to rearrange its floral elements into different compositions. And the Cat with a Piano set will feature a light blue piano with rainbow coloured keys. Of course, this set will have a small cat build made up of 12 pieces. With approximately 16 Pokemon sets anticipated this year, and the majority of the summer wave centered on Smart Brick compatible builds, 2 Pokemon Polybags have now been rumoured for the same release window, offering a lower cost entry point for collectors and younger fans. What they are is up to anybody's guess at this moment in time, but for many, myself included, I'm happy to see a Pokemon set that everyone can get. Also, I just have to point something else I noticed in this Eevee promotional image. Who stores a hard drive like that? Honestly, you absolute animal. Among the more anticipated upcoming sets, we have set 76473, Hogwarts East Wing. This appears to be shaping up as a compelling addition to the LEGO Harry Potter collection. The new details confirm the inclusion of a viaduct bridge, a feature that has been long requested by fans, along with a small Chamber of Secrets sub-build and a new basilisk creature figure. And apparently, the Bloody Baron will be making his minifigure debut in this set. A mystery set has been rumoured under the item name 76478, made up of 1,182 pieces. No further details are currently available about this set, though it is apparently tied to the Harry Potter line. Rounding out this latest batch of leaks is set 75453, Sandcrawler. Aiming for an August release, this set is expected to contain 1,700 pieces and carry a retail price of $200. This set will be inspired by the first season of The Mandalorian, and the rumoured minifigures include Grogu, a weathered Mandalorian in Season 1 attire, and 3 grey Jorah minifigures. Now, Ninjago fans, we have a series of leaks and rumours for you. However, at the time of writing and recording this, I cannot 100% verify the authenticity of these leaks. They come from Leaker67, who has been correct about a few things in the past. So in the light of transparency, we will talk about them, and if they are true, awesome. If not, well, we'll get the pitchforks ready. Previously rumoured set described as Twin Titan Mechs has now been identified as set 71864, Kai and Cole's combinable vehicles, made up of 394 pieces at a price point of $30. The set is reported to include a large white bike featuring a skull at the front, and it will have side-mounted turrets. A second, smaller set, 71862, is Lloyd's Dragon Mech Battle Pack. This has been listed at having 81 pieces for $10, described as a recoloured version of the existing Kai Mech, adapted to Lloyd's colour scheme. The rumours continue about a Ninjago Legends set, 71871, called Battle for the Dragon Blade, made up of 1,016 pieces at $90. The build is described as a recreation of a scene from the Ninjago trailer, presented on the distinctive black round base, characteristic of the Legends line. At the higher end of the lineup, we have set 71872, the Ultra Dragons Battle, a massive 2,178 piece set priced at $200. The dragon will apparently feature 3 individually moulded heads and necks, rendered in white with sand green trim. It's been described as locked in combat with a bright green snake, which, please correct me if I'm wrong because I don't really know a lot about Ninjago, but that sounds like the Great Devourer. Both figures are mounted on the round display bases seen on current Legends releases, and terrain detail is apparently minimal. Rounding out the wave is set 71870, Twin Titan Mechs, at 1,707 pieces for $140. The 2 mechs are described as being built to scale, similar to that of Kai's Legends Fire Knight mech. The first is made up of dark red bricks with a subtle bright red trim, and the second is fully white with gold markings. Each mech is armed differently, one carrying a sword, the other a staff. I kinda hope that these leaks are real, because they sound awesome. We've also got our first official look at the Animal Crossing Polybag, set 30731, Tom Nook and the Flying Present, which is a pretty cheap and easy way to get Tom Nook now. For the motorsport crowd, LEGO has officially pulled back the curtain on set 4228, a display model of the McLaren FC L39 F1 car. The 18 plus set will be hitting stores on the 1st of March 2026, although sharp-eyed fans have already spotted a thorough string of accidental leaks from LEGO's own channels in the weeks leading up to this official reveal. This reveal comes as the Formula 1 pre-season testing gets underway, a timing that is unlikely to be coincidental. And Star Wars fans, you might want to take a trip to your nearest LEGO store, as LEGO is bringing back its popular Lightsaber Make and Take events in early March, giving visitors the chance to build and keep a free lightsaber model. In the UK, these sessions are scheduled for the 7th of March to the 8th of March. The events are geared towards children aged 10 and over, and stock is limited, so early arrival at these events is advisable. We finally have a release date for LEGO Ninjago, Destiny's Bounties Adventures, a new board game that is expected to launch in July. Unfortunately though, pricing has still yet to be confirmed. And LEGO is cutting ties with Temu, Shein and AliExpress. Perhaps the most consequential news out of LEGO recently has nothing to do with a new set. The company has reportedly instructed wholesalers to immediately stop selling or advertising its product on Temu, Shein and AliExpress. The ban also extends to LEGO's own imagery and promotional materials. LEGO has also framed the decision around quality control, brand protection and consumer safety. This decision comes at a time where low-cost online marketplaces are facing increased scrutiny. A study published last October found that almost 30% of toys brought from these platforms had some serious safety issues, which is a worrying result when you consider that around 12 million parcels from these sites are delivered every day. One of the products flagged in the study was listed as a LEGO set, although it's unclear whether it was a genuine product or a counterfeit. Regardless, it highlights the risk these platforms pose to well-known brands. At the same time, the European Commission has reportedly launched early investigations into Shein, questioning whether the platform is doing enough to prevent unsafe or illegal products being sold. Against the backdrop, LEGO's move suggests the company is taking action now, rather than waiting to see how the regulators respond. Personally, whenever I brought anything from these sites, I've never had an issue, though I generally tend to buy third-party minifigures from them, not actual sets. The minifigures rock. And with that, that is the end of the video. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you have a most wonderful day. Bye.